Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the new weekly reading vlog. Today I finished reading, where is it? The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, and I really enjoyed it. Plot wise, like overall, I don't think like a lot of things happened here compared to the first book, but if you guys haven't watched my previous vlog, I took a while to finish that book because I just wasn't into it. Not because it's a bad book, because there's a lot of things happening. So I couldn't really get into it. I couldn't like read a good chunk sitting down to get a really good grasp in the story in the book itself. So this book, I definitely had more time to just read it. I think I finished this in 3-4 days. So that was a really good pace for me compared to the last week where I finished a book for like after like 1 week. So it's really good. Like plot wise, there's a lot more that happened in the first book. Like we're really like following a lot of like different perspectives and stories. So there's a lot of things that we're getting, and a lot more characters that we're following. In this one, we're only following pretty much Cyanide, and I don't know. We're following only pretty much two characters that are very important, actually. They're very important, obviously. So it's a lot slower, but with the world building already done and things already set in momentum from the first book already, there's just a lot more at stake here, and you're learning really more about what's happening with the world and just what needs to be done, etc. It's hard to talk about it because it's the second book. But anyway, I really enjoy this a lot. I rated this a 5 stars. There's still a little bit of confusion going on because the first part of the book I did read in audiobook and physical copy. So it's much like my experience with the first book, but overall I do like this book a lot more because of, the way I'm reading it. So I probably would have liked the first book as much as I did this one if, my pace was better and just anyway. So I finished this one. I was planning on reading Dreams of Gods and Monsters because I wanted to finish that before the month ends, but I don't think I will be finishing it anyway. So because, I'm just so into this book, I will be reading. Let me just reach for it. Crystal Sky by N.K. Jemisin as well. So yeah, these books are about the same length all throughout. So, and I really appreciate that because a lot of trilogies, as you go through the books, they're getting a little bit longer and it's getting a little bit more complex plot wise. And I really appreciate that, even though, as I said, there's a lot more at stake here because of what we know and what needs to be done, etc. It's still a short book. It's still, in the 400 pages book. And I'm very excited to see this one, to read this one. So, yeah, I'll be back to update you guys on the next one. I don't know when that's gonna be, probably Friday or Saturday. But yeah, that's it for this first update. Bye. Hello. So today's Sunday. It's actually the end of the day. It's 8 o'clock. And I forgot to update you guys yesterday about the book that I'm reading. And is anyone surprised? So I think about halfway through Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, I need to just sit down and read it and just procrastinate. I'm not really feeling good right now. Yesterday we were busy throwing trash from the house from it's mostly just the flooring because we changed the floors, so we had to throw those. And this morning we dumped that in the trash. We went grocery shopping, so it's just been really busy. And again, I'm not really feeling well. I had a headache since this morning and throughout the day, and I fell asleep a little bit earlier. I think I fell asleep for an hour and a half. Woke up, still feeling a little bit better. Took a bath. I needed to because I was so sweaty from yesterday and this morning. So anyway, Stone Sky. I'm really enjoying it so far. I just need to finish it. I wish I'd finished this yesterday actually, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know what to say. I'm definitely curious how it's going to end because we're definitely seeing paths are going to start crossing, and people trying to do the same things but with different intentions. So I want to see what's gonna happen next. Yeah, I'm really just enjoying this book so far. It's really, really good. We're just really getting a lot more of the history of the world and the people that lived in it. So I'm just very glad that we get to that. So yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye. Hello. I literally just finished filming my June PBR. I think this is my first update of the week. I'm so sorry. It's been a busy week. I also lost my voice. So like for the past few days, I haven't been able to really talk. So the book that I'm currently reading, of course, is Dreams of Gods and Monsters. So Dreams of Gods and Monsters, I'm almost done with this series of this book. I think about 75 to 80 percent in. I think I have about 150 pages left, so I will be definitely finishing this today, and I will tell you guys my thoughts. So far I'm really enjoying this, really getting into the end at this point, and I don't know what's gonna happen. There's still a lot of things that I wish we talked about. I wish we got to know more about. And I don't think the 150 pages is going to get that. So I don't know. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of things that are kind of taking the step back that I'm very interested in to learn more about. Like, I don't want them to be like secondary storyline. I want them to be like part of the main storyline. But anyway, until we still don't really get any of Eretz or much of Eretz at this point. I wish we did, like, you know, the world and the magic system and all of that. I wish we had a lot of that, but we didn't. We don't. I mean, at this point in this book, we're not getting it, obviously. I mean, at this point, I can tell you now, we're not really getting any of Eretz. Probably by the end we might. I don't know. That's one of the things that I was looking forward to. I thought we would get more Eretz in here, but we're not. So yeah, I'm still very looking forward to see what's going to happen and how it's going to end with everything that's going on. There's a lot of things, of course. I mean, this is a 500-page book, and this is the third book in the trilogy. And yeah, I want to know what happens, and then I can probably just make my opinions clear. And so I definitely will be finishing this today in a few hours. I'm just gonna focus on reading this right now. And I will see you guys later when I update. Probably, hopefully, with my full opinions in the whole. Hello, good morning. It's Sunday today, but I finished Dreams of Gods and Monsters yesterday night. Sorry, but I wasn't able to update, obviously. So, Dreams of Gods and Monsters, honestly, the whole series, it was very disappointing for me. I felt like there were a lot of things that we kind of passed through and didn't really get into, delve into that much deeper, which I wanted more. Definitely there's already a lot going on, and still a lot more happening on the side that are also very vital and important to the world and the story. But I really wish we could have gotten a little bit more. The writing is still very beautiful. Like, it's such beautiful, captivating writing, and the world is amazing. And from, you know, what we got from the different things happening, we know that the world is very complicated, and I just wish we had, you know, more from the story about the world and how it came to and all of that. And also, it's also very anticlimactic how it ended, like the war. Like, that was the main focus of the books. But then the third book kind of, you know, didn't really focus on it. Yeah, there was another thing happening that was very important, but like, you know, I wanted something to happen in between that's like very epic and big. For some people that might be okay. Like, you know, so for some books I find that a very calm kind of ending to what you would think would be an epic and big battle and all of that and showdown is really nice. But for this one, I just felt like we should have, you know, gotten a little bit more every plot point that we got and every conflict that we were given, because some of the comics we were just seeing how it ended and not really what happened during. And, you know, we missed a lot of story in between that. Within those. So I would still rate it a 4.5 stars, because it is a very good story. It's just the way it ended, and like, my expectations were very high. It just didn't meet it. It's just, it was good. It was really good, but like there was quite a bit of misses in it still. So yeah, so that is that for Dreams of Gods and Monsters. For now, I will be reading again my better by Christina Riccio. Hopefully this will be a very fast read. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Hello. So I have finished again with Better. I don't know if I updated anytime this week. But today is June 14th, and this is the week's update. I finished reading I Got Me Better by Christina Riccio, and I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it, but I felt like the definitely the first half, maybe a little bit more than that, was really good, but I feel like it kind of went downhill from there. There are definitely aspects of the book that I really liked, but I think but then things started happening and it's just not tying up together the way I wanted it to, the way that I would like it to, and it just like the first half was really good, especially in the beginning, where we're really just getting to know Shane and, we're seeing her character and how she is. And I really resonated with her because how she saw the world here and how she like moves about the world is very sort of similar to the way I did, like, her social anxiety, the way she like just prefers to stay home and read books. That's just me, and the way I'm not really good at socializing and all that stuff. That really resonated with me because that's like me too. I mean, up till now, I'm okay with socializing, but I don't really like it. Like, I don't really enjoy it. Like, if you tell me to, go to a party or a bar or like, meet people, no, I'm not gonna like randomly decide to like meet random people. That's just not me. I'd rather just stay home, be a homebody, read a book, watch a K-drama, TV series, whatever. I'd rather just stay home than do anything else. So that really resonated with me. So I really enjoyed Shane's character. And although she is like very socially not so practiced, she's very witty and smart, and she thinks on her feet when it comes to like social stuff. And I think that's part of being American. Like, you got used to it in a way. Like, you're still able to like be social even though you don't like socializing, and that's like not me. But even then, a lot of how she saw the world, how she moved about the world, as I said, really resonated with me, because that's how I was before. I mean, up till now, as I said. The relationship, I mean, okay, the relationship was good. Like, I really liked their dynamic. Like, I feel like they just move in the same wavelength. Shane and Pilot, the main guy in the story. But how the relationship came to be, that I'm not very sold with, and how, just how everything went down with them, between them. And I have seen Chelsea Darling reads a review about this, and I've seen some really mixed reviews on the book. So, I wasn't super like, I don't really have like super high expectations, but I think actually I'm a little bit more critical with it because she's a fellow booktuber, and it's weird calling myself a booktuber, but I think Christine is one of the first, if not the first booktuber that I've ever subscribed to. So I've been following her for years, and I'm very happy for her, and I'm very like ecstatic to see like another booktuber releasing her own book, his or her own book, and it's great stuff. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure too, because you're releasing a book, and all your peers and in your world, it's people are reviewing books. And so I definitely had like sort of high expectations, but after Chelsea's review on it, I was like a little, because she talked about cheating and how Shane was kind of like forcing the guy, or like, making the guy cheat over her girlfriend. And I sort of see that, but I feel like I also see where Shane was coming from. And the thing was, okay, so the guy, Pilot, has a girlfriend, and Shane liked him. And Shane and the rest of their friends, except for one, which is Violet's roommate, didn't really know that he had a girlfriend. And I could definitely say that he was interested and was like sort of making moves and flirting with Shane. And so that was like just really sketchy for me. Like, you have a girlfriend. No matter how like nonchalant or like, cool your relationship is, you're in a relationship, and you should always keep that in mind. And you shouldn't be like making people feel the way he made Shane feel, or like it's just that they assumed that he's single because he was quite flirty with Shane, to be completely honest. But I'm definitely not blaming Pilot completely on this, but it really just kind of made everything more complicated than it should be. Like, if Shane was just upfront, or like, when it comes to his actions, that he had a girlfriend, a lot of this could have been, avoided. But Shane, upon finding out, didn't really want to like pursue him anymore. No, I'm not talking about spoilers, because I don't think it's like very spoilery stuff. But I feel like with the basis of the relationship, I would be a little more like unsure about going into a relationship after the fact that he was flirting with you while he's still in a relationship, no matter how like coolish it is. You know, like it just doesn't really sit well with me. And Shane was just okay with it, which I'm not okay with it. Like, you know, and there was elements of like for me there were elements of cheating on it. So yeah, I liked it. Like for the most part, the writing was really great. Like it was a really fast read for me. It's just that those aspects that I really did not enjoy and was like feeling weird and uncomfortable about. So yeah, I mean, I definitely will be looking forward still with Christine's writing. I really like her writing style. Again, the book was really easy to read. It was really fast, and you know there was a lot of things happening, but it didn't feel like, you know, it's like happening too fast and we're not really getting a lot. So I really like her writing style. I will definitely be looking forward to what she's going to release soon. There's just a lot in this book that I was not very okay and comfortable with. Yeah, so right now I'm reading Defy Me. Is it Defy Me? Defy Me by Tahira Mafi, the fifth book in the Shatter Me series. And yeah, I'm only like 20-30 pages in, so I can't really say anything else. So we're still setting up to where we stopped in the last book. So I'm definitely looking forward to what's gonna happen next, because there's gonna be a lot more secrets revealed about Juliet and the world, and just getting to know, like, because we focused on like the first three series, we really just focused in America, and we didn't really get to see like how the rest of the world worked. So I'm definitely excited to see how the rest of the world will work, the governments and all that, and how they're interconnected, and who Juliet is. So yeah, hopefully I'll be like really fast with reading it, because I'm very excited to read it. So yeah, that's it for this update. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hello. So I thought I'd quickly come over here to update you guys because I finished Defy Me by Tahira Mafi. I read this in like 2 days, and I haven't done that since this year, since even last year, I think. Yeah, since this year, because for the past few months I have just been like, you know, trying to read books as fast as I can, but my pace is definitely a lot slower than I would like it to be and how it usually was, because work. And it's just so surprising to read a book in the same probably amount, maybe a little, just a little bit more time than like I usually do. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? Anyway, I devoured this book pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Because first of all, Tahira Mafi's writing is so beautiful, and you just consume it. Like, it's a very easy book to read, and even that doesn't lose its like, it's not straightforward, definitely. It's very poetic and lyrical, and it's just very beautiful writing, really. And that's what I remember I really loved about the Shatter Me series. And even with Restore Me, I even got that. And here with Defy Me, I feel like I finally still got I got more of her flowery, beautiful lyrical writing, and I love it. Okay, and I would say like plot wise, we definitely learned a lot. I felt like a lot of things were happening a little too fast. Like we're getting like information like too fast. We don't really like get much of the like emotional impact of this. I mean, we definitely get it from the characters, but like I feel like as readers, we didn't really feel it. I mean, for me, I didn't really like feel it as, you know, as heavily as I thought I would. The characters that I felt it, I can definitely see the characters, you know, struggling with the information and the stuff that's like being revealed the whole time. So, you know, just that's the only thing really. But I still rated this a 4.5 stars because I really love the world, and the characters here I still really love, especially Kenji. Kenji's my favorite character. Adam, if you haven't read like the Shatter Me, like the first three books, you won't understand. Like, I used to like Adam a lot, but now you know, he's just like, I don't really care about him that much anymore. Like, so, I mean, we didn't really get a lot of Adam here. We got a little bit of Adam like in the first 1/4 of the book, and you know, I'm glad of that because we barely got any Adam, which is great. Uh, I don't hate him. I feel like, you know, just became unlikable. Much like how I feel with Kale in the Throne of Glass series. And even then, I think I like Kale a little bit more than I like, and that's saying something. Anyway, I definitely will be waiting for the next book. I was planning on reading the novella Shadow Me, but because the next book is not coming out until March of next year, I probably will be saving it around that time so that I get a little bit of a refresher or whatever, as well as the next novella that's after that. I think that's Defy Me. So I'll be reading around the time the next book will come out because I need like a refresher. I have really bad memory when it comes to books, even though I love them. So yeah, I will definitely be waiting for this book. I know that the expected publication is like March 2020, and I feel like the head has been like really good when it comes to her deadlines. Like, if it says like expected publication is March 2020, it's definitely gonna be March 2020 around the same time. I don't think she usually like goes too far from where the publication date is, the like expected publication date is. So I'm really glad about that. I'm really excited to see how this story is gonna end. Hopefully we get more like plot wise. I mean, definitely the writing, like even though it's like beautiful and all that, we got a lot of information. I feel like the gravitas and the like emotional impact of it, we didn't really get to. I didn't really get to experience as the reader, as I said. So I hope that we'll get more of that in the book, in the next book. So I'm planning on reading Nevermoor. Hopefully it is not a really fast read. This is very popular, so I might read this in conjunction with Why We Need Sleep. I think that's the title. Because that one seems like a very dense book, so I feel like I'll get a lot of it interspersed with this one because it's gonna be hopefully a very fast read, and then I have the second book in this series as well that I'm planning on reading this month. So yeah, that's it for this update. Today's Saturday, 6:15. June 15. Yeah, June 15. I'll see you guys on the next update. Hello, everyone. It is the end of the second to last week for June. Today we went to the airport to drop off my aunt and my grandma. They went back to the Philippines after staying here for a month. So yeah, I don't know when I last updated, but I think I updated after finishing Nevermoor. If I didn't, I finished it and I really enjoyed it. It's a really great middle grade book. I'm really enjoying the magic. I really enjoyed the magic system. I enjoyed, well, there's still much of the magic system from the first book that we don't understand, and part of that is because we're following Morrigan's story and we're learning about her and what she is, who she is. So with how much she knows, that's also pretty much how much we know of the world and the magic system and all that. But I really enjoy it. And I like the overall setting. I like Morrigan as a character. I think she's a good character to follow because she's not completely likable. Like, she's not like the super nice, super smart main character lead that's also powerful or something, or something special. I really definitely got that from the book. Like, she's special. There's something about her that is special, but I didn't feel so like she's such a special snowflake kind of vibe, because we're figuring it out what she is, who she is. So I really like that about her, and I really like that about the book. And the characters too, I really enjoyed her friends, her new family. And there's a lot of pretty heartbreaking stuff too about Morrigan and family that she had, and just her situation growing up. So I really like felt for her in that regard, and so I really enjoyed following her story and seeing her discover the world in a different light and seeing the world in a different light too. So I finished Nevermoor, and then I read Wundersmith, and I really enjoyed that one too. We definitely get more of the magic system and the world, and we definitely knew who Morrigan was, but we're still figuring it out too, because I don't want to say much about the book. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's still a lot that we don't know and that we still need to discover. So I'm very excited to see where the third book is gonna go, and if we're definitely getting into the whole side of that world and that magic system and that story. So I think that's gonna be the last book. I think it might be coming out later this year. That's why I decided to read the book now. So there's the first two books now. So yeah, and right now I'm currently reading Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I loved Evelyn Hugo and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I've been wanting to read this for a few months now, ever since it came out. Really, I definitely heard more mixed reviews of this compared to, well, Evelyn Hugo, I didn't hear any like negative at all. But this one I heard some more mixed reviews, more like I liked it but I enjoyed Evelyn Hugo more kind of vibe. But so far I'm really enjoying it. A lot of people said that it's a lot better in audiobook form, because this is told in a different format, in different, what do I call it? It's an oral kind of history, so it's like an interview all throughout. So it's a different kind of storytelling, but I really enjoy it. Like, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm like flying through this book. I'm 150 pages and I just recently started tonight. So, because I just finished Wundersmith too. So, I'm really enjoying this. It took me a while to get through this, but I'm definitely flying through the books that I've been reading. I think the last time that I updated was Defy Me. So, oh, by the way, I'm not gonna be reading While We Sleep because, well, I'm gonna try, but I flipped through like the whole thing and it looks more like a textbook kind of book, and I feel like that's something that I really need to like focus on, and I might be able to, but we'll see. I'm going to try to flip through it and see if I can be able to. I will be able to read it, but I definitely will be finishing this tomorrow, I think. So yeah, that's the update for this week. Again, this past few weeks is going to be condensed into probably this vlog right here that you're seeing, or maybe the next one. Probably this vlog, because I definitely will be updating a lot more next week. So yeah, that's it for these weeks accumulated vlog, reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys on my next one. You can check out some of my other videos right here. Bye.